Okay, Tony, congratulations. You had a big week last week, qualified 3 horses, huh? How'd that feel?
I felt pretty good. Yeah, 2 for the Futurity and 1 for the Derby.
Yep. Let's talk about the Derby. We did those first. Alonzo Neri and you got together with I Am Valiant, ran 3rd fastest behind Trump My Record in the Firecracker Derby. Tell me about that horse's run.
I think the horse is looking pretty strong for the trials. He had a rough trip in the finals. He had a rough trip in the trials. The inside horse was kind of riding him for a little bit and bumping heads for about the first 150 yards. And after that, once he cleared free, he just took off and qualified with 3rd fastest time. So I think he'd be pretty good in the finals. And Neri has a pretty good talent of bringing them horses back, so I think we'll be all right. But to outrun Trump My Record, it's going to be a little tough.
Yeah.
But certainly not impossible.
Yeah. Now, unlike Futurity trials, these aren't young horses. They've had races. They're 3 years old. Do you think this horse has more room to improve or can catch a better trip?
The 3-year-olds? Yeah. But right now, especially at this class, they're pretty much they're at their game,
right,
at their top out, unless they've been laid off for a little while and they've only had 1 or 2 outs. But at this point, the class prevails at this age.
What's the mentality going against a monster like Trump My Record? Obviously, he can have an off day. He's not undefeated. He can lose. But how does that feel going up against him?
It feels great to be in the same post as him. He is a champion. He's a true champion horse. So it's an honor to be in the post with him and to run against him. As far as in the race goes, I don't focus on him. I really just focus on my horse and what I have to do to make my horse run to its fullest.
Yeah, you can't affect what he does.
No, I don't. Yeah, you can't really think about that horse. Yeah. You just have to run. You have to ride your horse. If I try to ride both horses at the same time, I'm not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. Now another big race, the Firecracker Futurity, $371,000 in the final. That's a nice one. You don't get to ride those every day, and you have a choice to ride 2 different horses.
Right.
He qualified 4th and 7th fastest. Let's talk about the 4th fastest first for Robbie Mesh.
Right.
That horse, FM's Antonaz D2.
Yeah, that horse comes from a good bloodline of runners. The mama's produced some winners, and in the trial race, I think he had probably one of the worst trials to run in. It was very muddy, very slippery. It just finished raining about an hour ago. What was it, about an hour ago?
Yeah,
or about an hour before. It just stopped raining. So, he had a really rough part of the track, and he left there trying to run. He couldn't get a hold for the first 3 jumps, and then just really took off and excelled. And there were actually a couple horses in that race that had just qualified to the Laddie. So it was a pretty good run. He won his trial race. Neri actually had a horse in there called Just a Candy Rogue, I believe, and I had rode that horse in the Laddie finals, and that is a tough horse right there. I think he ran 4th in the finals. So I think Santa Nats has a great chance in the finals as well.
Yeah. Now talk about the 7th fastest horse in there. This lady's Relentless, and that was for Paget. That's where she's a regular rider for him.
Correct. And that horse rode great and had good acceleration away from the gates. And was closing in pretty strong, and we had an outside horse, and the winner of the race were kind of shutting this lady's Relentless out. So it had a rough trip the last 50 yards. So horse has a little bit of has an excuse,
right,
so to speak, for improvement. And they just give him a little bit of room to close in the last 50 yards. That horse should be pretty tough too.
You're just always looking for that perfect trip in the final, aren't you?
Always looking for the perfect trip.
Yeah, that's the one. And you got a taste of a big race last year when you won the Lee Berwick. That race worth $1 million this year, and you've got some horses coming up this week in trials Friday and Saturday night. How does that look?
It looks pretty good. I ride 9 out of the 20 trials total. They split the 20. As you know, they split 20 trials in 2 days. So I ride 9, and I really do like my chances. I have a feeling that I have about 3 or 4 that have an excellent shot of being in the top 10 for the finals. So looking forward to it. It's worth $1 million this year. Last year was 700. This year's $1,025,000. I like to have a little piece of that too.
Just a nice little number to shoot for, 7 digits, isn't it?
Yeah.
That would set your year up a nice again, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But with close to 200 horses entered in these trials, it's not going to be easy. Everybody comes ready. Everybody comes prepared. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
Got to have your A game, don't you?
That's right.
All right. Well, congratulations on the Firecracker qualifiers, and good luck in the Lee Berwick trials this week.
Thank you, Don.